I don't understand it, Maria. We need to order some more mustard already. I can't think where it's all going.
2 more cups of hot water, please, Mr. Papakopoulos.
Certainly, Bobby.
Having an important business meeting with me agent. There you go, Edna.
Thanks, Bobby, dear.
Now, Edna, I need to speak to you about getting me some work, because I'm going to have some outgoings pretty soon. I'm going to need some money, because my therapist has suggested I take up a hobby, like fishing. So I'm going to need money to buy my own trawler.
I'm working on it, Bobby, dear. But I've been very busy with my other clients.
What other clients? I'm your only client.
Excuse me, what about Nookie Bear?
Yeah, you signed up Nookie Bear, but you never signed up Roger de Courcy, did you? I told you at the time, it's bloody stupid signing the ventriloquist dummy if you don't sign up the ventriloquist.
Bobby, dear, your problem is that you do not have a show reel.
A show eel? What's that? Is that some kind of pedigree eel? You know, the people show, like, pedigree eel shows.
A show reel is a video tape with the best performances. Well, your performances.
Oh, but I can't afford to make one of them.
I've got an idea about that. Let's do it. Of Turin is here. The very wind cheat of the Lord wore when he was crucified. The Holy Jacket is here.
All right. How you diddling? Well, bloody sod you then. All right, Bobby Chariot here, top warm-up man and comedian. Separated from me wife, sleeping in my jag on pills for me nails. All right, here we go. Let the laughter roll. Let it roll. Or even begin. Okay, bit of biographical detail, right. Okay, Bobby Chariot. Married, children. Should have married an asshole, but there you are. Yeah. 2 kids. Girl 4, boy 6. Bloody stupid names, but there you go. All right, yeah, fantastic. I met the wife in Tokyo, yeah. I said, what the sod hell are you doing here? All right, member of the public. Okay, here we go. Indulging a bit of repartee, the old razor sharp repartee. Yeah, that pink shirt will go well with your malarial complexion there, mate. Yeah, woo, Bobby Chariot, yes. Zoom, zoom, yes, like arrows with the repartee. Will you bloody sod off? Will you bloody... sod off, just sod off, mate. It's all right, just, you know. Okay, going very well. Going excellently on the old special tape now. It's a very lonely life sleeping in the old jag, you know. And I must admit that sometimes I've resorted to the company of ladies of the night. Or in my case, more like dinner ladies of the night. Yeah. But I must admit, one of them come up to me the other week. She said to me, how about it, love? I said, sorry, love, I've only got £1. She said, it's all right, I've got change. All right, so anyway, I went with her, right? I went with this woman, right, this lady of the night. And now I'm really worried about sexually transmitted diseases, yeah? Christ knows what I gave her.
Bobby, I've got the tape. Leg it.
Thanks a lot, you've been a wonderful audience. I wouldn't normally say this, but... Yeah, this show uses up a lot of comedy material. And what I'm doing here is I'm trawling through all my old appearances on videotape over the last 10, 15 years to try and find some golden nugget of comedy that I, and let's face it, you, have forgotten, so I can incorporate it into the new series. But what's terribly interesting about looking at all this stuff recorded off the air since 1982 is not my own appearances so much, but all the fragments of news reports and TV commercials that I'd completely forgotten. I mean, the news reports seemed so important at the time, and yet who now remembers the time in 1986, I think it was, when a flock of starlings took over Westminster Abbey and declared themselves to be the provisional government of Britain?
The starlings' demands were not met by the government until they began pecking out people's eyes. This is Brian.
Talk about products. Do you now remember Wrigley's bum-flavoured gum? Of course you don't, but the TV commercials were on all the time with the hilarious tagline, "Chew my gummy bottom." Animals and adverts seem to go together well, don't they? We all know the successful ones, of course, the PG Tips chimps and the Andrex puppy. Puppies and toilet paper seem to go together well, don't they? That's because in Roman times they were bred for that very purpose. But who remembers now the unsuccessful advertising animals? The Bodyform boa constrictor, the Barclays Bank hyena, and the Lenore maggots.
Soft, gentle, and wriggly.
What about all the comedy programmes that have been and gone over the years? I bet you don't remember this one.
I've made some lovely, yummy, delicious cakes for Otolo.
Ho ho! So have I!
I'm really looking forward to the village cake eating competition.
Yes, I hope we raise a lot of money to conduct the ongoing war against the American Satan.
Help! Somebody help! Blimey!
Oh, dreary flip-flops. The hostage has escaped again.
Oh, sorry, Ayatollah. I must have accidentally left his door open when I was taking him some cakes.
Well, don't stand there like a big silly. Help me catch him. It's a well-known fact that everybody's first job is shit. It's usually something badly paid that you're completely unsuited for. If that's your situation now, don't worry, you're in good company. Malcolm X was a dishwasher. James Joyce was a proofreader, sacked in 1911. The minimalist painter Piet Mondrian was a highly unsuccessful court artist for German TV. This picture is entitled "Scuffle Breaks Out Between Prosecuting Counsel and Defendant." Mahatma Gandhi was a nightclub bouncer. If some thugs tried to get into his club, he would say, "Please do not enter. If you do enter, I will look upon you without anger, and then you will condemn yourselves." He lasted 31 minutes. First jobs are always a disaster, and these people are still in their first jobs. The Edge, Tony Blair, Nicholas Witchell, Benjamin Netanyahu, Seal, Jilly Cooper, the Queen, Alexei Look, they're giving away free vodka. This is something we comedians never leave home without. It's a Swiss Army pun knife. You see, even its name's a pun. So useful. I try and keep up with what's cool. I was walking past this black kid the other day and I said, "Hey man, what's the word on the street?" And he said, "No parking." One of the things I do know, though, is that one of the biggest things in the music biz in the last few years has been the rise of gangster rap. And this is an area where reality and image have become very blurred. See, gangster rap grew up in the black ghettos of LA and New York. And you're not a big star in gangster rap unless, like Ice-T or Snoop Doggy Dogg, you've shot somebody. Yeah, you shot somebody. Well, if that's the case, then the best rap group in the world must be the band of the Parachute Regiment.
Disrespected by a sergeant in the RAF, he got a swift death. Never took another breath. Kill a man with my bare hands. But if a sucker wanna use a gun, hell, then I got some. Pop, pop, pop. Other regiments better stop. I'll bring a pain, King of Salisbury Plain. You versus me, that's like Rommel versus Montgomery. 3 paragon, look awesome to your seat. You got no direction, no correction, no protection. My kid's ready for inspection, sir!
Or perhaps not. Chicken pie and chips, please. What are these strange jars that clutter up the counters of our chip shops? They can't be food, surely. Well, no, they're not. They're actually primitive experiments in cryogenic suspension. Boiled eggs with an obsessive fear of death pay ludicrous amounts of money to be pickled in a special vinegar. These eggs are not dead. They are just in a deep, deep slumber. While they are in this state, they are attended to by men and women in grubby white coats until the miraculous day when they are plucked out of the jar, reborn as living boiled eggs. Oh, and an egg, please.
What is this place? It worked. I'm awake. I have cheated death and I'm reborn in a beautiful world. I, an egg, have cheated death.
Seems incredible to think of it now, but back in the 60s, dressing up in blackface was considered to be suitable prime-time entertainment. In fact, the whole black and white minstrel thing became so popular that it got completely out of control.
The Prime Minister, Harold Wilson.
As I said at party conference, this won't affect the pound in your pocket.
Hello, Mrs. Archer. How's the harvest going?
Awfully well, thank you, Roy.
Thankfully, we live in more enlightened times. Now you hardly ever see a blackface on Saturday night prime time. Jimi Hendrix, dead. Phil Collins, alive. Ginger Rogers, dead. Sue Pollard, alive. Francis Bacon, dead. That bloke out of Cooler Shaker, alive. Death be not proud. Who wrote that? The great Elizabethan poet John Donne. He, of course, has snuffed it, whereas Sir Andrew Lloyd stinking Sir Bloody Webber is still stinking bloody with us. Shakespeare, dead. The wankers who wrote 3 lines on a shirt, football coming on, still alive. Bill Shankly, dead. Graham Taylor, alive. Karen Carpenter, dead. The carpenter who f***ed up my bleeding kitchen, alive. It's as if God has developed a nasty, mean, selfish streak. Anybody the least bit decent and wallop, up they go. And what are we left with? The shite. That's what. I'll give you some more examples. Bloke down the pub said he was going to do my accounts and introduce me to some powerful people in American television, dead. Bloke down the pub, 120 years old, spits in me beer, tells me about the Great War. It doesn't sound that bleeding great to me. He's still alive. Bloke down the pub owes me 80 quid. Dead. Psychopath down the pub says he's going to rearrange my testicles if I don't find the electric edge trimmer that he lent me 6 months ago. Alive, alive, cockles and muscles bleeding out. Bill Hicks, John Lennon, Orson Welles, dead. Michael Bolton. Michael bleeding Bolton. Roger Whittaker, Roger leaving of old stinking bleeding poxy Durham Town Whittaker, still bleeding alive. I'll give you another example. Bloke down the pub, he said to me, he said, Charlie, he said, because he's always too pissed to remember me bleeding name, he said, Charlie.
Life is like a double-decker bus. It's red, it's got an upstairs and a downstairs. Sometimes there's a conductor, but these days usually just a driver.
And yeah, you've guessed it, he's still alive, that twat! I mean, if you're mean, if you're selfish, if you've got no bleeding talent, you can do what you like, you'll live forever. But if you're the least bit good, if you're the least bit talented, then... No, it's all right, I'm shite.
Well, I think he needed to get it out of his system. More on Life According to Alexei next Friday, 9:30, BBC 2, and stick around. Have I Got News for You is next tonight.